Adir was talking about people's attention span changing. I think we've seen kind of a shift in the market over time. There's an evolution that's happening on the buyer's end. Their expectations of us as salespeople, as companies coming to them with a product or a solution, right? What do they want from us? And so, there's two things we're trying to do with them. We're trying to engage with them so they're interested, they're active in your conversation with them. And the other thing is retention, right? They want to retain information. You want to leave them with leave behinds. You need it to be impactful the time that you spend with them. And so, at CloudTree, that's what we do. Basically, we enable people to have experiences with the product hands-on. I think that's exactly the factor of engagement that we're talking about that makes that big change there, that big impact. I want to kind of pause and kind of take it back because I've been in sales for a long time, and I think that the evolution there is really important to kind of mention. Everyone, I'm going to go through this quickly, but and everyone will agree if you have sales experience, everyone here does. Back in the day, it used to be a pitch and a deck, right? Like you used to come to a meeting, you'd show a deck, you used to walk them through all these slides, and it would be talking at the customer, right? Then that kind of moved into like interactive pitches, right? Like you'd have dynamic pitches and things would change and be like interactive, and maybe you'd incorporate a video in there and that would be really cool, right? Mm-hmm. So you were like cutting edge if you were doing that. And then you went into product demoing, right? So just still talking at the customer and showing them your product, walking them through it, making it interactive as much as you can. I think what's happened now is that there's the ability to deliver hands-on experiences. So I can show you, I can let you feel and touch the product, interact with it while I'm walking you through that sales pitch. And I think that's what the expectations of buyers have shifted to over this time, right? Because our attention spans are shorter. You expect more coming in. You don't have as much time. You want to know right away if this is a right fit for you or not. And you want to be able to touch and feel it, especially when you're making decisions about big buys, big purchases. So that's kind of what we do. And so basically these expectations from the consumers, they come from, there's three new expectations the consumers have or buyers have, right? They want it customized. They want it tailored to them. They want to come into a meeting and know that you're not giving them a one-size-fit-all presentation of what you do, right? You need to know them. You need to know what they're looking for. You need to do some research about them in advance and then come in and have them feel like you're tailoring this conversation to their needs. And so, typically start off with some sort of discovery, have an understanding what they're looking for, and then guide the conversation in the right direction. In addition to that, you want them to have real hands-on experiences. You want them to be able to touch and interact with your product if possible. And then the last thing, of course, is you want to be able to see their interaction and guide them through it and make that interaction with the product as best as possible, right? So those expectations have shifted the way that we need to kind of pitch our products and come to a demo or an intro meeting with a customer prepared, because you want them to have an experience, a hands-on experience. I think that the pandemic has shifted things as a whole, and part of that, the companies that have been working with us and use those hands-on experiences, they were prepared for it, right? They had business continuity. They were ready for what happened with the pandemic, but many companies were not there, and they found themselves caught in the middle, and they had to kind of react quickly and adapt to the new way of working, which is very remote based. So something that used to be, a luxury is now turned into a necessity. Companies need this new kind of way of doing things. And then, of course, once you are delivering those experiences and hands-on experiences, it's important that you understand what is working, what is not working, and pull information, insights from that experience that you had with the customer to move on to the next step of your sales process. So was it effective? Were they engaged? Were they interactive? So basically the whole conversation, the hands-on experiences used to be following the pitch, right? You used to do a pitch, then you'd get interest, then you'd probably do a POC, and then they'd get that hands-on experiences. Now you want to shorten that funnel. You want to start off earlier on with the hands-on experiences, really let them touch and feel the product. And then from there, you're already kind of set as far as like defining whether there is an opportunity there or not, the level of interest, the level of engagement. And throughout the entire process, because it's hands-on, you get more engagement, you get more interaction with the customer, and you get to sit beside them. So like, I always equate it to this, right? In the past, let's say you want to sell someone, even if you came into an office and met them in person, right? And you gave them a laptop with your software installed on it, and you're sitting there and you're guiding them through it, right? You're not seeing their screen necessarily as they're interacting. You have multiple people in front of you. They're all playing around with your software. you can't be as involved. Now, remotely, you can elevate that hands-on experiences, that interpersonal experience, but do it all remotely, which is something that's like the next big evolution in the sales pitch cycle. So that's as far as hands-on experiences. I hope I answered the question.